So look, at the risk of risking the demo god's wrath, I think you're going to show us, aren't you, a bit of an overview of the of how it works. Do you want me to just put the screen? So I think
sure.
You'll be hidden, but I'll tell you if it's all working on the screen. So we've got a Keyzapp, what looks like a kind of Google screen on here with your from your homepage login, I think.
Yeah, that's right. So I think one of our first clients called it Google for Keys, just as a way to describe it to her colleagues, and actually we really liked that, so we kind of stuck with that, I suppose, as a mode of working. And it's really all about, as I say, it's about having something that's really, really simple, kind of feels quite basic to use on the front end here, so that it's, you don't need any real training to understand what you need to do. So if I just do a quick example, let's say I've got I need to take the keys to a certain property. If I start typing in a bit of my property address, I've got to click in the right box here. There we are. It's going to find me from my list of properties. And it's showing me straight away kind of all the keys at a glance. I can see where all those keys are. All of this numbering, all of this stuff can all be completely configured to how you work with your keys. So if you do it differently to how I'm showing it here, that's all very flexible, very changeable, sort of based on each business.
Away here, I mean, the UI is very clean, simple to, for me to pick up really the first time I've seen it here. Dead simple, almost traffic-like style approach there. I know what's what to look out for and kind of what's green and okay.
Yeah, no, that's right. And then, I mean, we haven't talked that much about it so far, but sort of one of the party pieces, I guess, of Keyzapp is this fact that we can provide you with these tags. They are actually optional, but most people have them. I don't know if you can see me on the screen there. Yeah, and I know you've got some there, Simon, as well. The idea here is we have a tag that in there's a contactless chip, just like your contactless credit card, and that chip can kind of talk to various different devices. So if I'm working from my computer here, there's a very low cost of about 30 quid kind of reader here like that you can get that will plug into any computer. You can tap that and you can actually use that to sign the key out, to look up what key it's for. So we talked a moment ago about, maybe you don't want to print on here what the key is, but one tap on your mobile phone or on this, and you can quickly get that information. So let's just do a quick example here. I've got, I want to sign out key. I think I've got 40C here. So I take my tag, I touch that to my reader, and I pray to the demo gods it's going to work. There we go. And what we've now got is a really kind of streamlined process that we sort of funnel people into. Again, if you imagine, high turnover of staff, that sort of thing, you don't necessarily have time to train someone in a really complicated system, but hopefully here it's really kind of obvious what you've got to do next. So I've scanned the key, it's figured out the property, it's figured out the key ring, and it's now saying, who am I trying to give this key to? And I can either search for that person, or for regular contractors, people like that, I can actually give them their own tag that maybe they keep on their own keys, and I touch that. So I can issue a key just like that, tap, add in some extra information like when it's due back, crucially important if I'm going to start chasing them later on, and then just one click. Sorry, I'm clicking on the wrong box. One click there, and the key's signed out. So I hope you saw sort of the idea there is it's just something really simple, straightforward, very easy to use, get keys in and out.
Yeah, that's as slick as it comes, isn't it? Very easy, very, lovely that there is that audit trail there. And just so I understand it, and it doesn't really matter, is that just using that, what's it called, NFC technology then, is it?
It is, yeah. So it's NFC. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
So that's pretty ubiquitous these days, isn't it? It used to have specific apps and things like that, but most of them, most devices these days have that kind of inbuilt, don't they?
They do indeed, yeah. And I mean, I think also on the back, we also have these QR codes as well. So everybody's now, with the pandemic, getting used to scanning QR codes, things like that. The idea is that from a phone or from something like I've got here plugged into the computer, one touch, and you can sign the key in or out. Very, very straightforward.
Who would have guessed, Tim, that a global pandemic would have given life to QR codes again? It was
yeah, exactly.
And actually, that's talking about it, isn't it? That was the classic phase. It was they had a brief moment in the sun, didn't they, a few years back? And like a lot of technology, kind of it goes away to think about things as if it was an organic creature or something else. And then actually people find different ways. And the evolution, I think, was that you didn't have to have that app again for QR codes, did you? Most of the new phones, if you just focused on it, would know that it's a QR. And bring that up automatically, and that makes all the world of difference, doesn't it, in terms of adoption?
It certainly does. And to be honest, it's a little bit of when I say it was about 5 years ago we did this, that adoption wasn't quite there 5 years ago. So in some ways, it was a little bit of a bet for us to kind of bet on this stuff. But it's, yeah, absolutely. It's really coming into its own now. Every phone can do it, which obviously lowers, it's sort of second nature, really, isn't it, now to sort of do these things. And I think the main difference, instead of just using QR codes just for marketing, which is I think what they were, wasn't it, like a few years ago, it was usually like scan this poster and see my offer. It's actually building those things into processes, as you just saw there. So just making it part of a, it can kind of be used as part of like an automation or to speed business up, rather than just a sort of a poster type idea.
Oh, yeah. So what we were obviously focused there on the technology. That all looks absolutely rock solid, and it looks great. That it's got a platform that, again, I can see, I can find my way around very, very easy. On there. But let's just talk about kind of almost from a marketing thing. And if it's okay with you, I've just got rid of you just for a second, just to show that it's not about my narcissism and having to just show me on. But again, I don't know if people can see that. You can see there, ignore my Donald Trump hands, but we can see Electric Event Centre with an image on there. We've got the little Keyzapp fob as well in place. And then, yes, we've got the, obviously, messages you want to get across. So talk